Picture beings of pure light standing at the gates between heaven and earth. Their wings shimmer like starlight, their voices echo across dimensions, and their very presence can make mountains tremble. These aren't your typical Sunday school angels with tiny harps. We're talking about the Archangels, the divine heavy hitters who've been humanity's ultimate backup squad since the dawn of creation. For thousands of years, ancient texts have whispered about 7 mighty archangels who embody the 7 heavenly virtues. Each one stands as a divine warrior against humanity's greatest weaknesses, the 7 deadly sins. Think of them as heaven's elite task force, each with their own specialty and cosmic superpowers. From golden-armored Michael to healing Raphael, these celestial beings have shaped human destiny in ways that'll blow your mind. But here's where it gets really interesting. These aren't just pretty stories from dusty old books. Ancient apocryphal texts and mystical traditions reveal intricate details about how each archangel channels specific virtues to help humanity overcome our darkest impulses. Ready to meet the ultimate divine squad? Buckle up, because we're about to explore 7 cosmic warriors who make Marvel superheroes look like weekend volunteers. Meet Michael, the warrior archangel, who could probably bench press a mountain but chooses to kneel before the throne of the Almighty. His name literally means, "Who is like God?" And that's not a boast. It's a question that defines his entire existence. Picture this: the most powerful being in creation, wrapped in golden armor that blinds demons and radiates divine light, yet his greatest strength isn't his flaming sword, it's his humility. Michael's story begins in the book of Revelation, where he leads heaven's armies against the ultimate prideful rebel, Satan himself. But here's the twist. Michael doesn't fight for personal glory or to show off his cosmic muscles. Every battle, every victory, every moment of his existence points back to one truth: God's supreme authority. While Satan fell because of pride, Michael rises through humility. The golden armor isn't just for show. It represents the purity of divine justice. When Michael appears to humans, witnesses describe light so intense it makes the sun look like a dying flashlight. Yet this same being who could probably delete entire galaxies with a thought approaches every situation with perfect humility. Talk about power moves. Ancient texts describe Michael as having 4 faces and 6 wings, covered in eyes that see all of creation's secrets. Sounds terrifying, right? But those who encounter him feel overwhelming peace, not fear. That's because true humility doesn't intimidate. It protects. Michael's power serves others, never himself. In spiritual warfare, Michael functions as heaven's ultimate bodyguard. But unlike earthly warriors who fight for conquest, Michael fights for protection. He stands between humanity and forces that would destroy us, wielding humility like a shield that makes pride powerless. Pride says, "I am the greatest." Humility responds, "I serve the greatest." Here's something that'll make you think twice about power. Michael could have chosen rebellion like Lucifer. Same cosmic abilities, same access to divine knowledge, same opportunity to demand worship. But Michael's humility made that choice impossible. He understood that true strength comes from knowing your place in the divine order, not fighting against it. Modern depictions often show Michael as a stern warrior, but ancient accounts reveal his compassion. When he appears to deliver messages or offer protection, his humility creates trust. People don't flee in terror, they feel safe. That's the paradox of divine humility. It makes unlimited power feel like a warm embrace instead of a threat. The most mind-blowing part? Michael's humility doesn't make him weak. It makes him unstoppable. Pride creates vulnerability because it demands recognition and respect. Humility needs nothing, fears nothing, and therefore conquers everything. When you've got nothing to prove, you can focus entirely on what needs to be done. And what Michael does is protect humanity with the quiet confidence of someone who knows exactly who he serves. Gabriel shows up at the most crucial moments in human history, and timing is everything. This divine messenger doesn't just deliver news. Gabriel delivers the news that changes everything. The Annunciation to Mary, the revelations to Muhammad, the prophecies to Daniel. When heaven needs perfect timing and infinite patience, Gabriel gets the call. And trust me, dealing with confused humans requires more patience than teaching cats to use smartphones. The name Gabriel means God is my strength. But here's the fascinating part. This strength manifests as perfect patience. While anger demands immediate action, patience waits for the perfect moment. Gabriel could have delivered every divine message at once, creating cosmic chaos. Instead, this archangel demonstrates the ultimate virtue of perfect timing. Picture Gabriel's typical workday. Appear to a terrified human, calm them down, deliver life-altering news, then patiently explain what it all means. Mary's reaction to the Annunciation, confusion and fear. Gabriel's response, gentle explanation and reassurance. No rushing, no frustration, no divine eye-rolling, just infinite patience guiding humanity through its biggest moments. Ancient texts describe Gabriel as having 600 wings, each one capable of covering the entire horizon. But those same wings fold gently when approaching humans, creating shelter instead of terror. That's patience in action, adjusting infinite power to meet finite understanding. Gabriel doesn't overwhelm. Gabriel carefully reveals truth at the pace humans can handle. The connection between patience and divine revelation runs deeper than you might think. Anger wants immediate gratification and instant results. Patience understands that truth must be carefully planted, watered, and nurtured before it can grow. Gabriel's messages often involved waiting for births, waiting for fulfillment of prophecies, waiting for divine plans to unfold. Gabriel appears across multiple religious traditions, but always with the same character trait: unwavering patience with human limitations. Whether explaining complex prophecies to Daniel or comforting Mary through her fears, Gabriel never shows frustration with human confusion. Instead, this archangel demonstrates how patience overcomes anger by choosing understanding over condemnation. Here's something that'll make you appreciate divine patience. Gabriel knew the future consequences of every message delivered. Imagine knowing that your words will change the course of history, affect millions of lives, and reshape entire civilizations. The temptation to rush or force understanding would be enormous. But Gabriel waited, explained, and guided with perfect patience. The most beautiful aspect of Gabriel's patience isn't just the waiting, it's the hope that accompanies it. Patience without hope becomes mere endurance. But Gabriel's patience carries the certainty that divine plans will unfold perfectly. This patient hope transforms anxiety into trust, fear into faith, and confusion into clarity. When Gabriel says, "Do not be afraid," it's not a command. It's a promise backed by the patience to see God's plan through to completion. Raphael carries a staff that's not just a walking stick. It's a symbol of divine balance that keeps the entire universe from tipping into chaos. This healing archangel embodies temperance, the virtue that finds the perfect middle ground between extremes. While greed screams, "More, more, more," Raphael whispers, "Enough," and brings harmony to everything he touches. Plus, he's got the best travel stories in heaven. Just ask Tobias. The name Raphael means God heals, but the healing goes way deeper than fixing broken bones. This archangel specializes in healing the imbalances that make humans miserable. Too much work, not enough rest. Too much fear, not enough faith. Too much taking, not enough giving. Raphael's temperance restores the perfect balance that makes life actually livable. Ancient traditions associate Raphael with the element of air and the direction east, where the sun rises and brings new beginnings. Air represents the breath of life, the gentle but essential force that sustains all living things. Just as you need air to breathe, but too much air becomes a hurricane, Raphael teaches the art of divine moderation in all things. The Book of Tobit gives us Raphael's greatest adventure story. Disguised as a helpful human traveler named Azariah, Raphael guides young Tobias on a journey that becomes the ultimate lesson in temperance. When they catch a fish, Raphael doesn't let Tobias waste anything. The heart, liver, and gallbladder all serve specific healing purposes. Nothing excessive, nothing wasted, everything in perfect balance. But here's where the story gets really interesting. Raphael uses that fish to heal Tobias's father's blindness and drive away a demon that had been tormenting Sarah. The demon represented the extreme of destructive greed, wanting to possess and control. Raphael's temperance defeated this greed not through violence, but through balance and healing. Sometimes the most powerful weapon is simply knowing when enough is enough. Raphael's connection to healing reveals temperance's deepest truth. Most human suffering comes from extremes. Too much of anything good becomes bad. Too little of anything necessary creates problems. Raphael's divine temperance acts like a cosmic thermostat, adjusting the temperature of human experience to maintain perfect spiritual health. The staff Raphael carries represents authority, but not the kind that dominates, the kind that guides. A shepherd's staff doesn't force sheep. It gently directs them towards safety and green pastures. Raphael's temperance guides humanity away from the dangerous extremes that lead to destruction and toward the balanced middle path that leads to peace. Here's something that'll change how you think about moderation. Raphael's temperance isn't boring or restrictive. It's actually the key to experiencing more joy. When you're balanced, you can fully appreciate everything without being enslaved by anything. You can enjoy food without gluttony, work without obsession, rest without laziness. Raphael's temperance doesn't limit pleasure. It maximizes it by keeping it in perfect proportion. Zadkiel embodies the kind of purity that makes Hollywood scriptwriters nervous, and dating app developers question their life choices. But before you roll your eyes thinking this is about outdated rules, understand this. Zadkiel's chastity isn't about restriction. It's about respecting the sacred nature of both body and soul. This archangel demonstrates how pure love conquers lust by elevating every relationship to its highest possible expression. The name Zadkiel means righteousness of God, and this righteousness manifests as the virtue of chastity, the proper ordering of love according to divine design. While lust reduces people to objects for personal gratification, Zadkiel's chastity sees every person as a sacred being worthy of reverence and respect. It's like the difference between treating someone as a disposable tool versus honoring them as a priceless work of art. Ancient traditions connect Zadkiel with the story of Abraham and Isaac, not as the angel who stopped the sacrifice, but as the divine presence that tested and ultimately blessed Abraham's faith. This story reveals chastity's deepest meaning, the willingness to surrender personal desires when they conflict with higher love. Abraham's chastity meant loving God more than his own understanding, just as true chastity means loving others more than our own immediate gratification. Here's where Zadkiel's message gets really relevant. Our culture often confuses chastity with repression, but they're complete opposites. Repression bottles up desire until it explodes destructively. Chastity channels desire toward its proper purpose, creating genuine intimacy, lasting commitment, and sacred connection. It's like the difference between a dam that blocks water and a canal that directs it toward fruitful purposes. Zadkiel's chastity operates on multiple levels. Physical chastity respects the body as a temple, not a playground. Emotional chastity protects the heart from manipulation and exploitation. Mental chastity guards thoughts from being consumed by lustful fantasies. Spiritual chastity keeps the soul focused on divine love rather than selfish desires. The fascinating thing about Zadkiel is that this archangel doesn't condemn those who struggle with lust. Instead, Zadkiel offers healing and transformation. Ancient accounts describe Zadkiel as bringing divine mercy to those trapped in destructive patterns, offering the grace needed to break free from cycles of shame and compulsion. It's like having a cosmic therapist who actually has the power to heal what's broken. Zadkiel's chastity also extends to all forms of sacred boundaries. This includes chastity in speech, avoiding crude or degrading language, chastity in entertainment choices, selecting media that uplifts rather than degrades, and chastity in relationships, treating every interaction with appropriate respect and dignity. It's about living in a way that honors the sacred in all things. But here's the part that might surprise you. Zadkiel's chastity actually enhances, rather than diminishes, true intimacy. When relationships are built on respect, commitment, and genuine love, rather than mere physical attraction or emotional manipulation, they become deeper, more satisfying, and more lasting. Chastity doesn't eliminate passion. It purifies and elevates it to its highest expression, creating connections that satisfy both body and soul. Meet Chamuel, the Archangel whose name literally means "he who sees God." This divine being radiates pure compassion like a cosmic lighthouse. Ancient texts describe him with wings that shimmer like rose gold. His entire presence screams unconditional love and forgiveness. Chamuel specializes in healing broken relationships and wounded hearts. Think of him as heaven's ultimate therapist. He doesn't just patch things up, he transforms bitter enemies into best friends. His power lies in showing people the divine spark within each other. The most famous story involves Jesus in the Garden of Gethsemane. While the disciples slept, Jesus faced his darkest hour alone. According to tradition, Chamuel appeared to comfort him. The archangel didn't offer empty words. He provided strength through pure, unwavering love. Charity isn't just about giving money to good causes. It's about seeing past someone's flaws to their true essence. Chamuel teaches us that real charity starts with forgiveness. When we hold grudges, we poison our own souls first. Envy whispers lies about what others have that we don't, but charity flips the script completely. It celebrates other people's success as if it were our own. Chamuel shows us that there's enough divine love for everyone. Modern psychology actually backs this up. Studies prove that acts of kindness release oxytocin in our brains. That's the same hormone that bonds mothers to babies. Chamuel knew this cosmic secret long before scientists figured it out. The archangel appears in moments of deep emotional crisis. People report feeling sudden waves of peace during their darkest times. That warmth spreading through your chest during tough moments. That might just be Chamuel at work. His influence extends beyond personal relationships, too. Communities touched by his presence become more unified. Neighbors start helping neighbors. Strangers become friends. It's like he sprinkles magical friendship dust wherever he goes. Uriel carries a name that means fire of God or light of God. This archangel doesn't mess around when it comes to divine truth. He's often depicted holding a fiery sword or a flame that burns away deception. Think of him as heaven's ultimate fact-checker. His most famous appearance was warning Noah about the coming flood. While everyone else partied and ignored the signs, Uriel delivered the harsh reality check. He didn't sugarcoat the message. Massive flood coming, build that ark now. Uriel governs diligence, which means consistent, careful work toward important goals. He's the opposite of those people who start gym memberships in January and quit by February. This archangel embodies steady, persistent effort over flashy bursts of activity. The flame he carries represents purifying truth. It burns away laziness, procrastination, and self-deception. You can't lie to Uriel. He sees through every excuse and rationalization. That uncomfortable feeling when avoiding important tasks, that's his influence nudging you forward. Ancient traditions connect him with watching over celestial movements. Stars, planets, and cosmic cycles all fall under his domain. He ensures that divine timing unfolds perfectly. Nothing happens by accident in Uriel's universe. Sloth isn't just physical laziness, it's spiritual apathy too. When we stop caring about growth and improvement, we stagnate. Uriel's diligence cuts through this fog like a laser beam. He reignites passion for meaningful pursuits. Modern productivity experts unknowingly channel Uriel's wisdom. They emphasize consistent daily habits over sporadic intense efforts. The archangel taught this principle millennia before self-help books existed. Small, steady steps lead to massive transformations. His connection to final judgment isn't about punishment, it's about ultimate clarity. When all illusions fall away, only truth remains. Uriel helps us face reality now, rather than waiting for that cosmic wake-up call later. Jophiel's name means beauty of God, and this archangel lives up to the title spectacularly. She's often depicted with flowing golden hair and surrounded by flowers. Her presence transforms ugly situations into opportunities for grace and growth. According to tradition, Jophiel stood guard at Eden's gate after Adam and Eve's departure. But here's the twist. She wasn't there to keep them out forever. She was protecting them from returning too soon before they learned necessary lessons. This reframes the entire expulsion story. Instead of harsh punishment, it becomes an act of divine kindness. Sometimes the most loving thing is letting people learn through experience. Jophiel embodies this tough love approach perfectly. Kindness isn't weakness, it's strength under control. Jophiel shows us how gentle words can accomplish more than harsh criticism. She's like that teacher who believed in you when you didn't believe in yourself. Her specialty involves inspiring creativity and artistic expression. Musicians, writers, and artists often report sudden bursts of inspiration. Those aha moments when perfect ideas appear from nowhere. That's Jophiel's influence sparking divine creativity. Envy makes us bitter about other people's talents and achievements, but kindness celebrates everyone's unique gifts. Jophiel teaches us that supporting others' success creates space for our own greatness to emerge. She also works to heal emotional wounds through beauty and art. Ever notice how a beautiful sunset can lift your spirits instantly? Or how music can transform your entire mood? That's Jophiel working through creation to touch human hearts. Modern research confirms that kindness is contagious. One genuine act of kindness ripples outward, inspiring others to pay it forward. Jophiel started this cosmic chain reaction long before social media made it trendy. The 7 archangels form a perfect divine support system. Each virtue they represent tackles a specific human weakness with precision. It's like having a cosmic life coach for every area where we struggle most. Michael's humility conquers pride by showing true strength through service. Gabriel's patience defeats anger through wisdom and perfect timing. Raphael's temperance overcomes greed by finding balance in all things. This isn't random. It's a carefully designed spiritual curriculum. Zadkiel's chastity transforms lust into sacred love. Chamuel's charity dissolves envy through compassionate understanding. Uriel's diligence destroys sloth with focused determination. Jophiel's kindness heals all wounds through beauty and grace. Ancient wisdom recognized what modern psychology is rediscovering. Virtues aren't just nice ideas, they're practical tools for mental and spiritual health. Each archangelic virtue directly counters a destructive human tendency. The hierarchy works together, not in isolation. Humility without kindness becomes self-deprecation. Patience without diligence becomes passive resignation. These virtues need each other to function properly. You don't need to see angels to benefit from their teachings. Start small. Practice one virtue daily. Notice how Michael's humility changes your interactions. Watch Gabriel's patience transform your relationships. Feel Raphael's temperance bring balance to chaotic situations. Modern applications are everywhere. Chamuel's charity revolutionizes workplace dynamics. Uriel's diligence transforms personal productivity. Jophiel's kindness heals family conflicts. These aren't ancient relics. They're cutting-edge life strategies. The beauty is that virtues grow stronger through practice. Like muscles that develop through exercise, spiritual qualities strengthen through conscious application. The archangels provide perfect examples of what's possible when we align with divine principles. These 7 archangels offer more than inspiring stories. They provide a roadmap for becoming our best selves. Each virtue they embody directly addresses the struggles we face every day. Pretty amazing how ancient wisdom perfectly fits modern challenges. Think about which archangelic virtue calls to you most strongly right now. Are you battling pride and need Michael's humility? Struggling with anger and craving Gabriel's patience? Feeling unbalanced and seeking Raphael's temperance? Trust that inner prompting. It's divine guidance in action. We'd love to hear about your experiences with these virtues. Drop a comment sharing which archangel resonates most with your current life situation. Have you noticed any of these divine influences at work in your daily experiences? Your story might inspire someone else's breakthrough. If you enjoyed diving deep into ancient wisdom for modern living, hit that subscribe button. We've got more incredible content coming that bridges timeless spiritual teachings with practical life applications. The universe is full of amazing secrets just waiting to be discovered.